When Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. 10th and final verse, when Jesus heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. As you're taking your seat, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, his word goes beyond my worth. Say it again, his word goes beyond my worth. Put your hands together, give God the praise. His word goes beyond my worth. I began to look at the flyer, and the flyer began to talk about unmerited favor. So I wanted to deal with the things that we don't deserve. And as people, we feel like we deserve and we're worth more than we actually are. Am I going to be a witness tonight? So we're just going to work this for a little bit, and I promise I'm going to get out your way. This man, the fifth verse begins to talk about a man approaching Jesus, and they begin to say that he's a centurion. And what that basically means is he was the ruler, he was a leader of 100 men. So he was not some little low-level guy. This was a man that actually meant something. He had some power. He had some power. And he began to approach Jesus for a healing that did not belong to him, but it affected someone that worked for him. And he began to approach him and say, my servant is at home, and he's sick, and he's grievously tormented. And a lot of us that aren't in leadership or in position of a pastor or some type of authority in church, we don't understand the role that the pastor actually deals with, or the leaders of the church deal with. A lot of times you have to put your wants and your needs aside to reach God for somebody else. You have to put what it is that you really, I hear you, Holy Ghost, you have to put what you really want to talk to God about in order for one of your members and one of the saints of the congregation to get what they need. And you begin to press not for you, but for someone else. And we as the congregation have got to learn how to appreciate those that are over us, because we don't know what it is that they face. We don't know what it is that they go through. We don't know how many times they want to be like Moses and say, God, I'm done with them. When are you going to be done with them? How long are you going to have me pray for them? How long are you going to have me seek your face for somebody that don't appreciate the work that I'm putting in, for somebody that don't understand the prayers that I'm praying? But this man began to go to Jesus, and he began to say that my servant is at home and he's sick. He's sick. He's sick. Why did he begin to go to Jesus? This man had plenty of authority. He had plenty of authority, but he understood that what his servant needed, he could not provide. He wasn't equipped to give the servant what he needed. And a lot of times we as sanctified folk, I'm going to use that term, many of us who are sanctified have got to know when you're able and you're equipped to help somebody, and when you need to go to God on their behalf. And this man who had this authority understood that his authority was limited.
Come on.
So I've got to find someone that can go beyond not only what I'm able to, but that I want to. If we're going to be real, a lot of times there are things that need to be done, and we don't do it because we want to do it. We do it because it has to get done. Y'all going to be real with me tonight? So he goes to Jesus and he says this to Jesus. And Jesus said unto him, the 7th verse, he said unto him, I will come and heal him. I will come and heal him. What we've got to do is we've got to pay attention to what's going on here. Because all the man did was present the issue that he had. He had not yet asked Jesus to do anything. All he did was present the problem. He presented the issue. He presented the situation. He presented the circumstance. Jesus, hearing and seeing him, offered him a solution. And Jesus says to him, I will come and heal him. Because he's looking at the man and he's listening at what the man is saying to him. And he understands that this man recognized that he can't do what his servant needs to be done. So versus me sending one of my disciples to get the job done, I'm going to make a personal visit and get this done. But there was something that began to take place when the man heard this. He began to say to Jesus, hold on, Jesus. Hold on before you move too fast for me. I'm not in position that you should step foot in my house. I'm not worthy, that you should come to my house, but just speak the word and my servant will be healed. Why is it this man who was a Gentile, who had no dealings with the Jews, who did not really believe in who Jesus was, understood his worth, and those of us who proclaim to be saved and sanctified feel like we're worth more than we really are. This man understood that my house is not in any order, any shape, form, or fashion that you should even see the inside of my house. And too many times I hear you talking Holy Ghost. Too many times we as saints of God are asking God to pay a visit to somewhere and we don't have it in proper place for him to come and see about us. But this man understood. He began to say, wait a minute, I'm not worthy that you should come under my roof. But just speak a word. Speak a word. And my servant shall be healed. Why is it he wanted Jesus to speak a word versus come and visit him? Because maybe if Jesus visited his house, that may have placed a hold on the healing that his servant needed. Maybe Jesus was going to see something out of place and he would have to fix that before the healing could come. I hear you, Holy Ghost. A lot of times we don't understand why it's so important not to allow just anybody to grace your presence. It's important. It's important, but this man understood that I need this done and I need it now. If you have to walk to my house and see what's going on there, I may not get what I'm asking for. So why is it we always in church saying, Jesus, come see about me. Jesus, come visit my house. Meet me in the room. Come into my prayer closet. You ain't been in your prayer closet. How do you expect Jesus to go somewhere you ain't been in a while? But this man understood that I need something, and your word will go beyond my position. I hear you, God. Your word will go beyond what I'm worth you doing for me. So he began to say, just speak a word. Just speak a word. Speak a word. I don't need you to come to my house. Just speak a word, and my servant shall be healed. And then he began to talk to Jesus.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Began to tell Jesus a little bit about himself. He began to say, for I am a man under authority.
All right.
Meaning I got somebody that sits over me. Y'all follow me real close because I'm closer to my closing than you realize. For I am a man under authority. I sit under someone else that is higher than I am, having soldiers under me. I've got people that follow me wherever I go. I hope you follow me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. He's telling Jesus about the power that his word possessed. Holy Ghost. And when Jesus heard it, he marveled. And I had to stop right there because I began to wonder, why would Jesus marvel at what this man just said to him? All he told Jesus was his position and his authority. He explained to Jesus his position and his authority. Jesus understood what the man was saying to him, but the people around had no idea what this man had just said to Jesus. Basically, what this man did was he put his power in perspective, and he showed Jesus the limitations of his power. I feel the Holy Ghost. And when he began to say that I am a man and I sit under authority, basically what he was doing was he was comparing his place versus Jesus' place. Because we understand that when Jesus was on the earth, Jesus was a man under authority. Holy Ghost. And this man understood that I got men that follow me. And Jesus, I know you got 12 disciples that follow you everywhere that you go. And he began to say, if I say to this one, go, keep going. And he understood that Jesus had disciples, and he could tell him, go, and he's going to go. Do this, and he's going to do it. Come, and he will come. But this man understood that my power stops at my servants. My power stops at my disciples. But you are a man, God, on earth. And the power that you possess in your voice, I know you can speak a word to this demon. You can speak a word to this healing. And your word with its power will deliver him. I know how, Holy Ghost. I know that if you just speak the word, my servant will be healed. And that's what the saints of God have got to get, is that we get to a place again that we just allow God to speak a word. Too many times we want signs and miracles, wonders and miraculous things to take place in our midst. But if we can ever get back to the place where we allow God to speak a word, you will see things change. If you speak a word, my marriage will work out. If you speak a word, my finances will come together. If you speak a word, my friends will be exposed to what they really are. If you speak a word, the issues I'm having on my job will go away. If you speak a word, just speak a word. Just speak a word. Somebody say, speak a word. I don't need you to make this grand entrance. I don't need everybody to see what you're doing in my life. As a matter of fact, I don't have to be at my house to know that what you're speaking is coming to pass. But the faith that I have in the word of God is that I know if you speak a word, it will happen. I begin to tell Jesus, I can speak, but my words have limited power. And I need a word that's going to go beyond my worth. My word stops at the position that I've been given. That's where it stops. That's where it stops. That's where my power stops. My power stops at the assignment that I've been given. But if I seek you, you can go where I can't go. You can do the things that I can't do. You can give me the things that I don't deserve. When we begin to talk about unmerited favor, you begin to talk about the things that you do not deserve. You begin to talk about favor. You begin to talk about joy, peace, love, comfort, all those good things in God that we are privy to, but we do not deserve. And that's what unmerited favor means. He gave you something that you didn't deserve. And we'll take it a step further. He gave you something that people said you did not deserve. Why? Because they knew your past. They knew what you used to do. They knew what you used to act like. They knew where you used to hang out. They knew the crowd you were with. So according to them, you did not deserve to be a pastor. To them, you did not deserve to be a first lady. But because he gave me unmerited favor, he gave me something beyond what I deserve. The thing that I did not deserve, the thing that people said, Holy Ghost, you ain't worthy to be sitting where you are. You ain't worthy to be doing what you're doing. I hear the Holy Ghost talking to somebody in here, because you got a lot of people that talk about the position that you are because they forget what you came out of. But if you can ever get to the place where you can forget about what they used to do and look at what they're doing now, you'll understand that where you are is because you got undeserved favor. You got something that you didn't deserve. So how dare you sit where you sitting and judging somebody else on what God has done for them and where God has placed them. You ought to look at yourself and understand that I didn't deserve to be where I am or who I am.
That's right.
We all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So why is it so easy for church folk to judge one another when we all been in the same place? Maybe you didn't do what I did, or you didn't sin the way I sinned. But if you look around this church, everybody in here at one point in time was a sinner. And the only way we got where we got is because while we were still in sin, God sending his only begotten Son to die for us while we were yet in sin. He didn't wait for you to get delivered. He came in your mess and delivered you. He didn't wait for you to come out. He met you where you were and brought you out. Can I be a witness in the house that you understand that the only way you're where you are is because God gave you unmerited favor? I shouldn't be in the position that I'm in. They said I wasn't experienced enough. Woo, Holy Ghost. They said I was too young to take over an organization. They said I hadn't faced enough in my life. But let me tell you something. If you knew what I faced, you'll probably be more upset that I'm where I am because of what I faced. Should have probably taken me out. But because you don't know my past and you only know assumptions of what people said about me, you're working off of what you think you know. But I need you to look at your neighbor real quick and say, neighbor, he gave me unmerited favor. So today is the day that I stop talking about you, because where I am, I know I shouldn't be. I can't talk about you anymore because I'm a slip up away from falling back into what he brought me out of. He gave us a merited favor. We don't deserve. We don't deserve what we have. Contrary to what some of us believe, where you are, you didn't deserve to get there.
That's right.
Some of us have got to get like this centurion, where we understand we can't pay enough in the offering. We can't do enough sacrificial offerings. We can't do enough fasting. We can't do enough praying. What he's given us, we did not deserve. You can't work for what he gives you. You can't work for that. That's scripture. You can't work for that. Why? Because the wages of sin is death. But the gift of God, the thing that you ain't have to do nothing to earn. All you have to do is say, God, I give up and I surrender to you. And at that point, you lined yourself up to receive a gift. But too many church folk now through the years have tricked too many people and manipulated too many people into believing that this is something that you can work for. And what you got running rampant in the church is you got folk that's trying to work for a position and get upset when they don't get it. Why? Because favor didn't place you there. You trying to get something that don't belong to you. But I hear you. But because of the undeserved grace, mercy of God, I'm sitting where you said I shouldn't be. We got to get past what people say and what people think and how they feel, how we feel. Don't stop the favor of God over my life. As a matter of fact, I come to let you know that how you feel may increase what God does in my life. Because you're sitting there and you're hating, you're hurting, and you're upset because I'm where I am. But keep on talking about me, my pride life increases. Keep on stabbing me in the back, my fast life increases. Because every time you want to see me fail, I'm that much more determined to succeed. He gave us undeserved favor. And we're all sitting where we're sitting because we got something that we didn't deserve. His word went beyond my worth. His word went beyond my worth. Because according to people, you weren't worth what you obtained. You weren't worth what was given to you. You weren't worth what was offered to you. You weren't worth the thing that you got and you didn't even go after. They called you to get what you got. I hear you talking to somebody, Holy Ghost. But because they only know what they're privy to, they're only allowed to know limited things about you. Because if they knew everything about you, they might destroy your life. People talk enough when they don't know anything about you. Can you imagine what they would say if they knew everything that went on in your life and going off of that? That's what we as saints of God have got to learn. Know what to tell people and know what to keep to yourself. Because everybody ain't looking for you to succeed. Oh, I come to encourage somebody tonight. Everybody ain't looking for you to make it. Everybody ain't looking for you to stay. They're not looking for you to be sustained. So know what to allow them into and know what to block them out of. Unmarried. Yeah. A lot of times we stop our own blessings. We stop our own blessings because we talk too much. Because we say too much. And the minute we don't get what was prophesied to us 20 years ago, we don't look at ourselves, we blame it on the person that we told the information to. They don't know unless you tell them. But be like this man. Pastors have a hard job. I'm just the associate. Amen. That's the senior pastor right there. I'm just the associate pastor, but in my short time of being in the position that I'm in, it's not an easy job, and it blows my mind to see how many self-proclaimed pastors, bishops, reverends, prophets starting up churches here and there that are running around. They don't really understand the responsibility and the accountability that they're placing on themselves. It's not an easy thing when you want something for your household but one of your members gonna come to you about something that they need help with, and you got to tell your wife, hold on, babe, I'll be with you in a minute because I got to deal with somebody else's issues. That's not an easy place to be. You think it's just the pastor? No, the pastor's wife have to deal with it too, because there are times when they want to talk and they can't talk because you're in a place, in a position that you're seeking God for somebody else, but you're looking at your pastor and he's here on Sunday morning and he's giving you a word and you're looking at him like he ain't facing nothing. No, he's got to put the best out front, because if you see him weak, you might become weak, and you don't understand what he puts himself through for your sake. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate what you have. Some people wish they had what you have. A pastor that know their name. A pastor that care about them. A pastor that call them when they miss it. It ain't trying to run your life. It's trying to make sure you're in the place where you should be. Pastoralship is not about control and manipulation. It's about leadership. And how do we lead? By serving. That's how we lead. By serving you. Putting self to the side. Putting personal wants to the side. For the greater good of ministry. And if you're not in that position, you won't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. And we take our pastors for granted. We take them for granted. Because some of us sit there and say, anybody can do that. Anybody can bring the word. You're right. Anybody can bring the word, but not everybody can live the life. Gifts come without repentance. Anybody can be gifted and bring a word, but can you have the anointing that will destroy yokes while you bringing that word? Appreciate what you have. It ain't too many good ones left. Ain't too many good ones left. You know you got a good pastor when he told the visiting preacher, you tell me, and we'll send everybody home. Because I don't want them sitting through that heat. That's a good pastor. He's more concerned about you all than about an offering. He wasn't concerned about money that wasn't going to come in tonight because there was going to be no service. No, he was concerned about the well-being of the people. So when he asked me, I say, no, Pastor, I'll defer to you. Whatever you want, that's what we'll make happen. I'm here for you, however that is. When I'm here to support, show that I was going to come, that I'm still here. It doesn't matter. A lot of times it ain't about what you give. How can you support? What does money mean if he ain't got the support of his people? Support your pastor. Appreciate your pastor. And remember, his word goes beyond my worth. Goes beyond my worth. And when we realize that we're not worthy to be who we are, what we are, or do what he's enabled us to do, it'll keep us in the place that we forever seek him, concerned what we're about to do. Remember who you're supposed to go to. Remember who gives you the authority to do what you do. This man understood that even though I'm empowered by the authority that sits over me, there's a greater authority that you sit up under that can do what I can't do. Can go where I can't go. Pastors aren't supermen. They're flesh and blood. Pastors hurt. Pastors get upset. Pastors get angry. Pastors can be disappointed. Pastors can be hurt. They can be mad. Pastors experience the same emotions that all of us go through. The only difference is because you got pastor before your name, you have to be careful how you let it manifest. I will never see the pastor mad. That's a good pastor. You ain't supposed to see him mad. Because if you see him mad, that might give you the leeway that you've been waiting on to kind of do what you wanted to do and say what you wanted to say. So a lot of things the pastor don't do to save your life. So y'all get that as y'all walking out into the cool air. And there's a lot that your pastor don't allow you to see so that you can be saved. So you could still be a believer. So you could still come to church. So you could still attend Bible study. There's a lot. So I encourage you on tonight, appreciate your pastor. And don't let no clap your hands for your pastor. Put your hands together. Come on. Put your hands together. For your pastor,